For countless bank customers, the trusted safe deposit box is the safest place on earth to keep your valuables.
But Local 10 has learned that one South Florida branch lost not one, but several boxes, and one customer has spent years trying to track his down.
Local 10 investigator Amy Viteri is on the case.
Whenever Stephen Greenspan needed to store something valuable, whether sentimental or financial, he turned to his safe deposit box at the bank.
So I go to this Safra Bank on 41st Street. I'm sure it's 1986.
His Safra Bank branch in Miami Beach changed hands and became HSBC. When that branch moved into a new space on 41st Street, the unit with Greenspan's safe deposit box came along. Inside, he says he kept documents, jewelry, and precious videos of his children being born.
Baby Greenspan, number 1, number 2, number 3 of the sonograms. I had the births.
Thousands in bonds given as gifts over the years went into the box, so did cash. In all, a value he says easily worth over $100,000.
My dad was in concentration camps, my mom was in a labor camp in Siberia, and my dad always said, you always have to have a suitcase packed and you have to have cash put away.
But in the summer of 2010, Greenspan says a bank employee asked him for a new signature card for the box. When he turned it in,
she looked at it and she said, this box isn't here anymore. I was like, what are you talking about?
he says the bank told him several stories, that a contractor moved out the unit. He says one day they told him it was in New York, then in a warehouse in Miami, until eventually they said it was simply gone.
Seems very unusual for it to just disappear.
Attorney David Weinstein says bottom line, if the bank was careless, they could be liable.
If the box owner can show they were negligent in how they accounted for the boxes, if they didn't take care to watch where they were going.
We discovered Greenspan wasn't the only one affected. The bank says the whole unit with several other people's boxes is gone.
Just everyone ignores it. It's like they just bury their head in the sand.
Local 10 also learned the bank fired the senior branch operations manager over the missing boxes. That manager, Isabel Knowles, sued HSBC after working 29 years for them with no disciplinary actions. The bank told her she was terminated because she released safe deposit boxes without authorization. But we uncovered documents in which Knowles says her manager is the one who authorized the removal. When she tried to reach him to question it, he was, quote, unreachable. Yet that manager was not selected for termination. In 2012, the case was dismissed after HSBC settled with Knowles.
Slowly but surely, anyone who worked on this, they all just seemed to vanish into a dark hole.
Greenspan says when he asked what happened to Knowles, staff told him she retired.
We're with Local 10 News.
No one at the bank branch would speak with us on camera.
We're just wondering if there's any update on his particular case.
I'm not able to discuss that with you.
You can't comment.
We were able to get a statement from an HSBC spokesman, which read in part, a contractor removed some safe deposit boxes in error. At the time, we contacted affected customers to apologize for this very unusual situation and asked that they provide an affidavit describing any missing contents. But Greenspan says he completed his affidavit in 2015, and he's still waiting for whatever happens next.
I know I've been lied to a lot, and that's really upsetting.
Amy Viteri, Local 10 News.
Greenspan still banks with HSBC and says at this point he would like them to apologize and compensate him for the loss and their mistake.
Let's take you